Bro, I'm known kind of as like the toxic positivity Ten Hag. Allow it, Randy. Why are people coming? Okay, you know what? Ignore. Let's focus on the.
Just ignore. Don't be like KG. Don't keep looking at the comments where you can't focus on your point.
But yeah, I think at the beginning of the season, I had pretty much all my ducks in a row. I had all my points lined up, and I kind of had everything together, saying, let's wait until we see this. Let's wait until we see that. And I am slowly running out of points to kind of back him on and not lose my credibility as well. Because I'm still a Man United fan. I still analyze football. I still love the club, and I want to see the best for it, no matter what. Like, I don't, say things for the sake of saying things. I want to back the manager. That's where all this kind of comes from. I made a video, and I've been public about it, that I joined the Ollie out stuff. I've joined that toxic side. I don't want to join that, so I'm trying to find a nice balance with Eric, and I just can't get over a couple of things. I can't get over the really good points, but you also echoed that with the really bad. So I'm personally in the camp that I want to back a manager. I want to see a long-term project. Whether that exists in this era of football, who knows, but I want Manchester United to have something that I can believe in. And right now, I saw some glimpses of some good positive performances this season. Even if the scorelines weren't there, the stats actually started backing us up for once in terms of defensive pressures and not conceding as much and creating more. So I want him to succeed. And I'm seeing, especially lately, loads of coaches that I've worked with Ten Hag come out and say he's one of the best tactical coaches you're looking at. And you then think, is it a mentality issue with the squad? And, we're overhauling it, and we're starting to see some improvements. But I want Ten Hag to start like kind of showing a bit more conviction in what he's doing. It seems like he's doubting himself now, which I think is where you get the worst out of him. Last season was a bit of an anomaly for me with all the injuries, because I don't think many other managers could have taken us much further than where we got. But yeah, I'm trying to see the good side in him, and it will always come down to this, and I'll probably say this more as we get through the debate. But if you're looking at other managers or new managers, there's no single one that excites me to the level of which Erik Ten Hag did when he was at Ajax. So I think there is a structural issue there that we need to look at. But I want to see him more under Ineos, because I think he's got something about him. He's bought himself a bit of time, but it's running out. I'm backing him till the end, and I always will. I don't want him out, and I just want to see how he gets until the next November break. If it's bad, we'll revisit. But for now, I love him too much.
You want to see more? You love him too.
Right. Love him too much.
Wow.
Love.
All right.
Wow. He'll break your heart, Dev. He'll break your heart. Yeah.
Hey, I've been here before, man. I love him. I don't care. I do.
Dev, I wanted to ask you. You see the bit when you're saying like you joined it with Ollie about the toxic, like. I'm saying, why does it have? Would you like it? Why does it have to be toxic though? Why can't you be like, if you don't believe in the manager, then that's fine. It's not necessarily toxic. It's you don't think that he can do the job.
No, you can have both.
I'm the complete opposite, to be honest. I can't stand him as a Man United manager. I think he's absolutely useless, and I think the trophies have papered over the cracks completely. I mean, look how. I mean, we've improved based on the stats from last season, but it was that bad. We was kind of automatically going to improve in a way, because we were like, if you looked at like the XG, the shots we were conceding last season, we based on that, it would look like we're in a relegation battle. But because we have players better than relegation fodder, we finished 8th in the league. And I know we had injuries last season, but when I was Ten Hag out, it was after 7 Premier League games, and at that point we didn't have any injuries. At that point, I think only Luke Shaw was out, and Ten Hag broke the record for the worst ever Premier League start, and he's broke his own record again.
Yeah. That's it. Bradley's like, that's it, mate. That's it. The guy's broke his own record. I'm done. That's it. It's as simple as that. And I will say this for Brad's, like, from like, going to the games with Bradley and seeing, he's been on this for a hot minute as well. It's not like, this isn't recent. Kenny, haven't had a chance to catch up with you fully, in the aftermath of some of the awful results. I know we caught up briefly after, what was that? Spurs, was it?
Spurs,
Tottenham. Yeah. Hasn't got a whole lot better since then, has it? How are you feeling, mate?
My feeling is Bradley's quite strong. Dave's obviously the eternal optimist, and he's been to the Marcel School of Optimism. But the Marcel's laughing. But I think that personally, I've lost faith in both Ineos and Ten Hag, because what's concerning me more than anything is we've all seen where we are. We can't deny the facts. You can talk about XGs and this, that, and the other, or whatever. But ultimately, we are Manchester United. We are 14th in the Premier League with our worst points tally, goal difference ever. Full stop. You can talk about all you want about statistics or whatever. That's the only statistic that should count, because we're Manchester United. What concerns me, the last game with £350 million of his signings on the bench, we're relying on Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans got man of the match. Fair play to Johnny Evans. We've got De Ligt. We've got Martinez. We've got Ugarte. These are the players he wanted to sign. These were the ones that were going to play Ten Hag football. Have we seen Ten Hag football? We've seen Ten Hag football. Ten Hag football is clueless. We have no system of play. We don't transition well. We don't defend well. The stats are piling up. We thought we was off to a good start this season. We was looking at we was not conceding as many goals.
I'm shocked that Devs is still there. Like I at some stage, I had to give up at some stage.
That's just Marcel saying this.
This is Marcel. Jeez. Wow. From about last week, I would say from about last week, I was just like, it's just too hard to back this. It's impossible to back this. You know, I'm not sure if I'm ready to get at Kenny and your point of Ineos though. You know, I know that you're upset with Ineos and their direction, their lack of direction kind of thing, and their ability to make the call early, but they've just started in the job. So I'll give them a bit of time to see if they can, you know, make the right decisions for a new manager and that kind of thing. But as far as Ten Hag's concerned, you know, the second season, I agree with you, Devs. Like, it was mitigating circumstances, a lot of injuries. It's hard to grab a degree of consistency. But, you know, the first 7-8 games that we've had this season has just been too bad. It's just been too bad. I do think we have a style of play, Kenny, but it's just not working for this league. It just doesn't work. That's the issue. And though you're right about Tuchel, Devs, and Potter and all these other random managers that we're pulling out the hat now and scrambling for, it's like they hopefully would be able to do something more consistent on what Ten Hag's did. You know, because Ten Hag's
what's the style of play, Marcel, that I'm missing?
Well, we played a 4-2-4. How many times do you want to go over it? Yeah, look, Flex is like everyone's gonna look. We it's there. It's 100%.
I'm laughing at Kenny's lens flare.
That's a formation. That's not a style of play. That's a formation. 4-2-4.
Yeah, well, that's the first bit of it. The build up. There's clear. We play out from the back all the time, and we try to press from the front. What's annoying me, Kenny, though, is that against Crystal Palace, we went completely against that. You know, that's another point where against Palace, was it Palace the last game?
No, Villa.
Against Villa, yes. Yeah, against Villa, he went completely against that 4-4-2. You know, he tried to play old school, completely against his principles. That's an issue. That's the kind of sign for me, Devs, that it's like he's done.
No, I hear what you're saying. I think what my thing is like, and I'm trying to not cloud my judgment of it because I just like the guy. But I think what I've noticed, especially over the last few weeks,
not like love.
I do. I do.
But what are you loving, bro? Now, do you know we have to wait, Dev? We've got to address some charges.
Yeah, go on.
This has been great. Listen, what is the love then? Because you don't love losing all these games. You don't love getting licks. You don't love like being embarrassed like this. You don't. Well, I'm assuming you don't love these things. Like what? So what is it then? What do you love?
So I want to say, I'll tell you what I do love is I love the fact that this is obviously, it starts from when he first came in, but when he had all the crap that he had to deal with off the pitch, whether it was to do with Ronaldo, Sancho, a certain player, I can't say, a right winger that will get this demonetized. When he had to deal with all that, I don't see many other managers who would have dug their heels in the sand and take the Man United crap for it because of the lens that you're on and still come out of it being right. I don't care what anyone says. If you look at Ronaldo now and you're looking with rose-tinted spectacles and you say, we should never have gotten rid of him, he was never the problem. Yes, he was. The man did a Piers Morgan interview talking about the state of Manchester United and you want him? Absolutely not. Jadon Sancho publicly disregarded the manager and disregarded the club. And he did everything he could. He gave him time off. He prioritizes mental health, prioritizes physical development.